Welcome, friends of Japanese prints. I'm Dieter Vanschura. I'm the owner and manager of the Artelino company, and we sell Japanese prints in weekly online auctions. And we also, in the past, produced a bunch of videos. But the last video I produced, I think it's about 1 year ago, and therefore I'm a little bit nervous and a little bit out of practice. And I'm not a national speaker, so if I should make a mistake, should start to stutter, okay, please excuse, I'm Bavarian. What's today's subject? Today's subject is about Hasui Kawase, a famous, very popular Japanese printmaker. I have two things with him in common. First of all, look at him. A liking for this kind of glasses, and secondly, the same kind of a haircut. But that's all what I have in common with him. Especially, I'm absolutely incapable of making woodblock prints, quite in contrast to him. He was definitely the best, the most successful and the most popular printmaker of the so-called Japanese Shinhanga art movement. And especially he was specialized in landscape prints. So he's the uncontested king of Shinhanga landscape prints. During his lifetime, Hasui produced so roughly 600 different designs, all in the typical traditional Japanese print size, roughly like this. But apart from that, he also produced, and this is today's subject, he produced mini prints, the size roughly of a postcard. And I want to talk about his postcard size, which is a little bit known. So let's start by showing you a few designs from our archive. Okay? Okay. All right, where's the mouse? All right. Yeah, okay, here. A rain scene, very typical for Hasui. And another subject, snow scenes, for which Hasui Kawase is famous. And then look at these two people, yeah? He hardly shows any people. And, okay, here another one, beautiful. Look at these colors and look at these gradations. Of course, these gradations, also called bokashi in Japanese, that's up to the printer. Hasui made only the designs in the form of watercolors, and then he handed it over to the artisans, the carver. These are all woodblock prints, and the printer, highly skilled people. There's another one, again, a snow scene, yeah, wonderful. Okay, is there another one? Let's see. No, this is something else, later. Now let's talk a little bit about these postcard-sized prints or mini prints. Until roughly 2003, they were hardly known among collectors and art fans. In 2003, Robert O'Muller passed away, and he was a collector and dealer who had amassed one of the greatest collections of Shinhanga prints that the world had ever seen. And among this collection, there were many of these mini prints, and like this, these postcard-sized prints came to the awareness of a broad public. The majority of these prints were published by Watanabe Shotsaburo, but also by another Tokyo publisher. His name is, now it becomes a little bit difficult, Bijitsusha. I'm not trying that again. I don't speak Japanese, but fortunately I'm married to a Japanese wife, so and she makes wonderful descriptions, by the way. So this is not my responsibility. What about the subjects? When you've seen a few examples, And many of these subjects derive from these larger prints. Out of these roughly 600 designs he created in this traditional Japanese oban size. Oban, that's another special word. Collectors of Japanese prints know that. But there are also some new designs among these mini prints. Next question, how many designs did Hasui Kawase roughly make in this mini format? Answer, we do not know the precise number, but so roughly 100. In other words, the exact number is not known. And I remember one sentence that I was told by a Japanese dealer, and he said, it was a very wise sentence, Japanese prints are not an exact science. If you're a beginner in collecting Japanese prints, remember that sentence, important. Is there any documentation about these small prints? Yes, there is. About the Hasui Kawase prints, there is a catalogue raisonné. If you don't know that word, catalogue raisonné, it's a kind of a directory in book form, which tries to show all known designs by an artist. And by Hasui Kawase exists such a catalogue raisonné in 2 volumes. And I'm now going to show you. Okay, we have that book. It's actually these are 2 very fat volumes in a bookcase. And it's unfortunately now out of print. I Googled it this morning and I found it on Abe Books, also on Amazon, and well, used as antique books. And the prices, however, are wow, 1,690, and on Amazon, I remember, was even above 5,000. As a normal collector, you don't need that, but I just want to mention it. There is a documentation. We reference to that also in an article on the Artelino website, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. My dear friends, question, how can we recognize such mini print, whether it's by Hasui Kawase or not? The typical mini print by Hasui Kawase has a seal, you see it here, and a signature, of course not hand signed, yeah? This is stamped. And of course you can recognize if you have it. I mean, a dealer in Japanese prints specialized in shinhanga usually has this catalogue raisonné by just comparing it, checking the catalogue raisonné, if that design is listed there or not. But I already mentioned there are more. So you will not necessarily find all designs in this book. And now I want to mention something. In one of the recent auctions, we had a mini print. The design was typical for Hasui Kawase. It showed a snow scene, but it did not have the seal and the signature. Artelino is rather conservative. We got the message that a US dealer had the same design and showed it as original by Hasui Kawase. We don't know. And when we are not 100% sure, then to speak in person, my Japanese wife describes it as by unknown or not identified or something like that. And we sold it, but as by unknown. But it's possible that there are designs available by Hasui which do not have this stamp and this signature. I just wanted to have mentioned it. We do not know. There's still a lot of room for research. As I said before, Japanese prints are not an exact science. let's come to the end. And now let me show an article. I think I mentioned where you find roughly 2,000 articles on the Artelino website about Japanese prints, also about other art sections. It's here in the education section and here articles. And let's go down a little bit. Okay, this is this article there. You also have the reference and a citation from this Catalogue Raisonné and an example of 12 of these mini prints by Hasui Kawase. And okay, where can you buy such mini prints? Well, different places. But of course, I want to recommend the Artelino weekly auctions. And in the current auction, we have this design. Oh, and by the way, prices, prices of Shinhanga, and especially Hasui Kawase, over the years, they have continuously gone up. I remember these mini prints. We had them in 2003 for $50 reserve. This one is now, and this is normal, $400 reserve. It already has a bid. The auction will end tomorrow, so you can count a bit if you like. And yeah, this is it. So, well, thanks for watching today. And we will show you now, don't go away yet, 6 more prints, just as a slideshow. For today, thanks for watching. Take a look at our auctions. And I hope to see you for our next video. Goodbye, friends.